Hi, I'm Renee from AWOL Logistics Dispatching Service, and I'm going to go over how Google Workspace works for my company. Before I begin, let me just tell you a little funny story. When I was working on the AWOL project with myself and maybe 3 to 4 other people, and our premiere was July 5th, and the project needed to be aired. Well, I was streaming through OBS to go through YouTube. For some reason, the footage came out distorted, so I couldn't air it, and I was frantic. How can I get this out? My son Christopher, better known as Vuitton2X, who is my producer for the 90 Day podcast. You can hear all his amazing beats on the 90 Day podcast. He said, "Ma, why don't you just download it on Google Drive?" Now, back then, and this is during the time when he was in high school. He's no longer in high school now. So he gave me a little portion of what my workspace could do. On another example, I was typing out something. Now, this was ways back. I was typing out something, and he said, and I wanted to save it. And for some reason, I don't know what happened to the document. He said, "Well, why don't you just save it on Google Doc?" It automatically saves. So again, he saved me twice. And again, on my workspace without me really understanding what my workspace could do. Fast forward to now. I'm now beginning to really utilize Google Workspace and to incorporate it into my business, AWOL Logistics Dispatching Service. Well, instead of going outside of my workspace to utilize the software like Word documents, I just use Google Docs to type up what I have to say to you guys. I also use Google Sheets to track my invoices. I use Google Sheets to do a lot of things, not only to track my invoices, to load up which vendors I have, sort out important other information, but I'm utilizing my workspace, my Google Workspace, along with my Google Drive, and I love it. Today I have a doctor's appointment, so I said, well, let me go into my calendar in my Google Workspace and schedule my appointment so that it could remind me that I have an appointment. Now, my calendar can also work for my clients, which are my truckers, especially if they're out on a delivery and I need to know, okay, well, so-and-so is supposed to be back. It's a reminder, because all of our days, people who work, and regardless of what type of field you are in, if you could get overwhelmed, and if you don't have some type of tracking device to keep you alert on what's going on in your day, you can forget. We all do. So, using my Google Calendar to keep track of my clients, my emails, when do I have to respond to emails because I probably missed a few emails and didn't respond in a certain amount of time. It happens. So now I'm putting myself on a strict, I should say, planner to where, please utilize what's in front of you. Utilize your workspace. This is what it's for, to utilize. Utilize to your advantage so that I won't miss those deadlines when it comes to emails, especially important business emails. Put those due dates down there. If I'm supposed to attend a webinar, who is the vendor, what date, what time, how long is the event, how long is the webinar, if I'm supposed to respond to an email by a certain time frame, I want to know that I'm able to respond, that I'm able to document what I'm supposed to respond to in a timely manner, that I have time to work on it before I submit. So utilize my planner. That's what it's there for. Utilize all that. Also, I had followed Kevin Stratvert, and I hope I pronounced his name right. He's a YouTube. He's on YouTube, and he has a tutorial on going over how to create a form. And I followed him on creating my form. And the form that I created, and I'm so excited to say, I went onto Google Podcasts because I was able to download my podcast, all my episodes, from Podbean of my dispatching episodes to my Workspace onto their Google Sites. I was able to download those episodes. So if you was to go onto Google Sites, you're able to see my dispatching episodes on my Google Sites. So I was so excited. And all I needed to do was copy and paste my URL feed from the Podbean and copied it into my Workspace where it was needed and pasted. The only little minor thing that I had an issue with was finding the right size picture, because every picture that I found that I wanted to use, it was like, your picture is too big, your picture is too big. So, but I ended up finding a picture that was a right size that I really liked, that represented me and my personality. So that was good. So I finally, it really didn't take that long, but I found it. But once I got my episodes downloaded and my picture saved, I was ready to create my form and follow Kevin Stratvert. So I followed him step by step and created my multiple choice questions. Have you listened or are you a subscriber to my podcast and you answer the multiple choice, yes, no, or maybe. And depending on how you answer, it will bring you to a different section. And I was able to add in those sections before you actually submit. So I was so excited. I'm so excited on learning how to really utilize my Google Workspace. Oh my God. Now, the only thing that I need to work on is my YouTube. And I think I know what the problem is, so I have to contact the reseller when I purchase my workspace. But that's another whole issue. I'll deal with that. But that's the only issue. But I was able to, regarding my Google form, I could even change up the form and have the questions into a quiz. Yes. So meaning, depending on how you answer, I could change the questions into a quiz. So if I say, if you're not a subscriber, I could give you a brief explanation on why you should be, and probably give you a link to one of my episodes. How cool is that? So every day I'm learning about my Google Workspace and how it could benefit me and my company, AWOL Logistics Dispatching Service. So I just wanted to get on and share that with you, and how excited I am to learn more about my Google Workspace and how it's working out for me. Talk to you later. Bye.